We're live. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people tuning in early this morning. Shout out to who's that? Kayla C1 who says up, 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 so flow. Like a phoenix, we rise. I always love when you say that. Shout out Nature Man. Thank you for being here. Nicole Bazaar, thank you for being here. And shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops. Shout out to my retirees. Shout out to the people who have lost their work, their job, and they are currently looking for another one but haven't been able to find anything yet. Shout out to the people who are going through it financially throughout this whole lockdown, which is a part of what we're going to talk about this morning. All right, manners and respect to each and every one. To those of you who wish good for others as much as you wish good for yourself, definitely a shout out to you. It takes a special kind of person to even be that way. All right, I'm still adjusting things and I'm still working with what I'm working with to make sure that we can have this live session every morning as we're supposed to. What's in my cup this morning is echinacea and elderberry. Some echinacea and elderberry is what I'm drinking this morning. All right, so we're going to talk a bag of things this morning. We're going to talk of some things. Donna Gale, shout out. Thank you for being here. Addie Purple, good morning. Addie Purple says, good morning, Flo. Blessing and guidance. Same to you, my friend. Coco Britton, shout out. Alfred Benjamin, thank you for being here. Happy Hump Day, everybody. If you did not say Happy Hump Day, I would not even recognize that it's Hump Day Wednesday. Y'all know why they call it Hump Day, right? Get over the hump. Monday, Tuesday, then the hump is Wednesday, and then you have Thursday. Friday is the weekend. All right, so shout out to each and every one of you, man. Going out to get it this morning. We have a lot of things to talk about this morning. My board is full. You might see me looking this way. My board is right here, and it's full. So the plan to end this pandemic in 4 weeks, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how small businesses are affected and what I have noticed. Is this really a pandemic or a plandemic? We're going to also talk about 6 homeless people that were killed in Jamaica recently and how that relates to something else. Was it a diversion? Was it a distraction done on purpose? Did it have anything to do with gentrification? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about all that this morning. Big up on yourself and thanks for being here. All right. Old Junkra 416. Trackstar Music. All right. Morning, family. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Natasha Calendar. Good morning, Janet Morton. Good morning, Sean Lyon. Good morning, Roseanne Brooks and Cynthia Gooding. Good morning, Jamaica Insider. Big up and thank you for being here. Straight out of Kingston, Jamaica. I want to be in Jamaica so bad right now. I know, so paradoxical and strange, because 1 minute we're talking about how much people are getting killed, and the next minute I'm over here talking about, man, I want to be in Jamaica so bad right now. But I do. I want to be in Jamaica so bad right now. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all just don't understand. It's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different atmosphere. It's crazy that you even feel safer to some degree because of certain things that are happening where I'm at now. But anyhow, not comparing one place to the other and saying one way better than the other and this and that, because you know you're going to have people that say, so if you think you're so safe there, won't you take your ass back there then? And then you got others who are going to say, you might as well go like foreign at heaven and someplace better to be, you know, and better than yard and all this. I'm a Jamaican. I love where I live in Florida, but I also love and miss the land of my birth. The vibe is just different. Maybe because that's where I was born and raised. Maybe because I have ties to that place that are deep. I don't know. Just a bunch of things. Anyhow, here we are this morning. Bright and clear. Let's start off with The plan to end this pandemic in 4 weeks. So Dr. Arbar, or Arbrar, Dr. Arbrar, he is a medical doctor from Harvard University, and he is working with CDC and all these other people. And his plan to end this pandemic in 4 weeks is to wear a mask. So he came out yesterday and he said a bunch of stuff like, he said the majority of these masks that you see people wearing, they're not actually working. They're not effective. You need an N95 mask. The N95 mask is the mask, he said, that even he uses in surgery, even he uses in a medical environment. And that is because it is 95 to 99% effective. You know, I go to the store and I see people do stuff like they'll run in the store and they'll just pull their shirts up over their nose, or they'll have a handkerchief and they'll just tie it across their face. So I guess he's talking to those people, because I for sure have an N95 mask and my family members do as well. So just a little FYI for those of you out there who think you can like go wander around in the stores and just pull your shirt up over your face. Your shirt or a piece of cloth is not insulated enough. And one way to find out, which a lot of you should know already, is whatever you're using to cover your nose and your mouth when you're going into these crowded public spaces, get a lighter. If you can flick that flame on the lighter and you can blow that flame out through whatever it is that you have on your face, then obviously it is not effective. All right? All right. Now, him talking about ending this in 4 weeks, I got excited. I got excited because who does not want this thing gone? Who does not? I went to the park the other day with my son and my wife and the baby. We went out for, let's go outside. Let's take the kids outside because Kai looking like he going crazy in here. And, children are supposed to interact with other children. That's how they learn. They learn through play and playing with their age group. And I looked around this park that was so busy. This park has never been empty. And there we stood in that park all by ourselves. So we took the opportunity to use all the stuff in the park, the swings, the slides, whatever, let him enjoy himself. But to think that there was nobody there, So we want to get back to normal as soon as possible. So anybody who is saying, yo, we can end this in 4 weeks, of course, I'm all ears because I want to hear how we can end this in 4 weeks. And I want to be a part of that. Come on, want this thing gone. A lot of people are hurting through this. And we're going to talk about that too. So what I have noticed, though, is since Donald Trump went out, since he lost the election, there have been more people than ever before who are willing to come out in the public with no mask. It is as if it's their way of rebelling. It is as if it's their way of saying, they don't necessarily believe that nobody can get sick and this is a lie and it's a hoax. They think, F the current administration, they said wear a mask, so I'm not wearing one. And then they don't wear the mask. I went to the gym yesterday just to check if my gym pass still works. And lo and behold, right in front of the gym, there's this big, we call them mud trucks. Big mud truck parked up in front of the gym. A huge guy, big white dude, big beard, huge. On the back of his truck, he was in the gym with no mask. And he came out the gym as I pulled into the parking space in front of the gym with no mask. And he's just finished working out and all this. So these people are walking into people's establishments on purpose. Right now, I think all these stores that have the sign on the door that says mask is required, no mask beyond this point, they need to just go ahead and put mask is optional. because I see the sign, and a lot of these people, they'll come into the store with a mask, and as soon as they get past that first checkpoint, they pull the mask off and they walk around the store. Some people even stare you down when they see you wearing a mask, like they're looking at you. So I stare back. I don't want anybody to feel like they can intimidate me. You know what I mean? But they look at you like you wearing a mask, you stupid. Or I know who you voted for because you're wearing a mask. But they literally walk into the store with their whole family, the kids, the wife, the husband, or as a man or as a woman in the store by themselves, and they have no mask on. And they're not afraid to take it off and walk around. And these stores are not regulating. These stores are thinking bottom line, which is their dollar. So if I take my family to Walmart to shop and I take my mask off, and some security says, hey, we saw you on the, because they can monitor. If you shoplift in that same store, you're going to hear security to aisle 12, security to aisle 12, or they'll send a security guard over there to come apprehend you. So I'm sure they can monitor the store and say, hey, there's a lady on aisle 12. She took her mask off and she's been walking around in here for the last 5 minutes with no mask on. These big stores are no longer concerned about liability. Because if I bring my family there and we're all masked up and there are a bunch of people walking around there not masked up, next thing I know, my daughter or my baby girl takes her mask off because that's what children do. And she catches what they have in there because the store was not regulating that big sign at their door that says no masks beyond this point, right? They're rebelling. On the back of this big dude's truck was 3 big flags. Of course, you had the big, huge Blue Lives Matter flag. And then you have the big, huge, his flag was a yellow flag with a rattlesnake in the middle that says something about don't tread on me or something like that. And then there's the big, huge flag that says fuck Biden. That's what it's big, and he's able to drive around the city. I'm telling you, man, America, because in some countries you can't do this. You don't have that freedom. You will be prosecuted. You will be apprehended. They will tear your flag down. But in the U.S., you have the freedom to whoever is in power, you can ride around with a big flag on your car saying, fuck the president. So I guess that's democracy. And I guess that's what freedom of speech means. But freedom of speech doesn't really work for everybody. Freedom of speech is guaranteed to some people. Say what they want to say. But don't you dare try it if you are, you know what I'm saying, right? All right, so I'm watching a clip by Eddie Griffin. And Eddie Griffin was sitting there doing an interview and he was asked many questions. So he stopped the interview to start interviewing the interviewer. And he said, nah, you asked me a bunch of questions. Now let me ask you some questions. And these are the same questions I'm asking you this morning. How come all small businesses are regulated? They have to open at a certain time. They have to close at a certain time. They have different colors for different capacity of people. One time they said, oh, we're going red. That means all small stores close. Only essential places are open. Another time they said, we're going halfway, 50%. So you'll see a sign that says, dining is now open at this restaurant, or this store can accommodate at a 50% capacity. So you'll see 20 people allowed to dine in this facility. And then one time we gone to 75%. And then we go back to 20. So who's regulating all this for small businesses? While when I go to big brand businesses, you name the brand. I don't care if you say H.H. Gregg. I don't care if you say Marshalls. I don't care if you say Target. I don't care if you say Walmart. When I go to all these stores, the super huge Walmart, packed. Parking lot so packed you can't even find a parking space. And this is every day of the week. Nobody is regulating who is wearing a mask and who is not wearing a mask inside these facilities. It's only required to wear the mask to get in. Nobody is regulating, hey, they have to close down at a certain time. You can only operate at 10%, 25%, 50% max capacity. Nobody is doing that, but they're doing that for small businesses. They're doing that for independently owned businesses, moms and pop stores. I find that very, very weird because a small business doesn't accommodate that many people anyways. And here I am standing in, say, Walmart, and there's literally hundreds of people in here, many of who are not wearing masks, even though the sign on the door says wear a mask, and they're wandering around in the store. It's not like each person that goes in has 30 minutes to shop and get out. If you need assistance, press this button, something, nothing. People just walk in the store and they're there. So what I find is that these big businesses are making their money. And of course, if you did the research, you would know that these big businesses, since this pandemic, lockdown, all this, their profit margins have, some of them profit margins have tenfolded, not even doubled. Their profits have tenfolded, while small businesses are closing down. People are losing their livelihood. People are losing their employment. People are losing their investments while these businesses are flourishing. I find that weird. So Eddie asked them, how come they're not being regulated? How come they're allowed to keep going at max capacity? Concrete Rose says they are owned by the government. Like Walmart and all of them? You think they're owned by the government? I think they're owned by the Walton family. Sam Walton. I'm just saying. But they could very well be in cahoots with the government. Like, for instance, they give big donations to political campaigns and these kind of things. Write a fact check to whatever the cause is. Someone says supposedly there's more room to spread out. I don't know. But nobody is regulating that though. Have you ever seen people bunched up on one aisle in the grocery store when the grocery store is packed? So they can't use that as an excuse because nobody is regulating, hey, you're too close. Hey, you need to keep social distances 6 feet apart. Nobody is regulating. And even if we were 6 feet apart, it's still in a closed space. And with that many people in that closed space, goes a long way. So I find it really, really strange. I'm starting to ask questions too, like a conspiracy theorist. I do look forward to, well, I can't look forward to it because there are a lot of people that are not complying. They didn't say get a vaccine. This is a Harvard doctor, right? He did not say get vaccine. Of course, he's on the vaccine train, but he didn't say get a vaccine. He said the plan, we can end the pandemic in 4 weeks if everybody masks up for 4 weeks straight. And I think that is where Biden got on the stand and said 100 days of mask. So he was going to make mandatory masking for 100 days. Going off of that same advice from this Harvard doctor. Is vaccine in the mask? I wouldn't know. You trying to put me on the spot. I don't know. That's not even my thought. Because how would you put a vaccine in a mask? Well, a few years ago, we asked, how could you fit a camera that could pick up a whole room with a microphone? How could you fit that in a button on a t-shirt? Or a button on a shirt or a dress shirt, like a tiny button. So I don't know. They might have a way. Don't draw me out though. This tea is kicking. This tea is kicking, feeling good. All right, listen. This weird stuff going on. This weird stuff going on. I don't know what's going on, but it's weird. Okay, I'm paying attention now more than ever, and I'm starting to add up and I'm starting to ask questions myself. I just want to know how they're able to operate at max capacity. How come their profits have doubled, tripled, quadrupled, and tenfolded and all this? The guy that owns Amazon, one of the richest men in the world at the moment, due to the pandemic. He was wealthy before, but when the pandemic hit, he shot up to like number 2 of richest in the world or something like that. So they're getting their money in. While I come on here every morning and say, shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people who have lost their job and who've been looking and can't find something else. Shout out to those who have been laid off or those whose hours have been cut so drastically that they are in financial straits. So regular people are being affected, but these conglomerates are getting money in like never before. It's strange. Strange things are happening. I put up a video yesterday as I switched topics. I'm reading some of these comments. Bro, COVID is a mechanism designed to implant microchips. Why would they push such thing in your nose for testing? If it's your saliva, common sense would tell you that they could do a simple mouth swab. Well, you might have just had a cup of coffee and they're going to get coffee along with the swab. Or you might have just been chewing a gum, a Wrigley's Spearmint, no commercial. Or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe I have thinking mouth and they don't want to go into your mouth. I don't know. But I think it would be more accessible to get a clear sample from the nasal cavity than it would. You don't drink your coffee through your nose, do you? I'm just thinking outside the box. It irks me though that people are still saying, oh, this is not real and this is planned, and or this is not real, this is a hoax. And I can't believe that this is a hoax. I'm living in it. And people are affected by it around me. So I can't believe that it's a hoax. However, was it planned? Sips tea. Who's this? Kimberlyn Simpson says, good morning, SouFlo. Listening to some good talk. Blessings and respect to you all. Manners and respect, Kimberlyn, and thank you for being here. Watch this. There's a video yesterday. I put up a video yesterday, right? I'm going to switch topics now. So you have to walk with me now, work with me. I put up a video yesterday. So we're going to talk about this video that I put up yesterday. Have you seen it? The video I put up yesterday evening where the woman, this segment is called, Don't Let Her Talk to You Like That. That's what this segment is called. Don't let her talk to you like that. And I put up a video yesterday, and if you saw the video, then you're going to know what I'm talking about. It's the video where the woman, I talked to the man in some kind of ways. Now, this is a brother. Andrea says, my cousin died, so it's not a hoax. Real dead. Real dead him do from COVID. I'm telling you, people around us are being affected. So it can't be a hoax. It can't be fake. I believe another line, but I won't believe that. Don't let him talk to you like that. Back on track. This video is off. Have you seen the video? Let me break from that segment and talk about this. Don't talk to me like that. Have you seen the video? I want to count right now on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, no, I've seen the video. I watched it. SouFlo, it was crazy. Or no, I'm not see it yet. I'm going to go see it later. Blah, blah, blah. Because I'm asking and I'm not getting any replies. You know, as a Jamaican, we say I'm asking and I'm not getting any replies. It's just asking. I'm asking. So Stacey Dean says yes. Sash says yes. Yes, I saw the video, shaking my head. Andrea, yes. Sugar, yes, yes, yes. All right, so we've seen the video. All right, Roseanne Brooks, if you haven't seen it, go see the video and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Or you can watch now and then you'll see the video later. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. So check it out. This guy flew down from the US, right? I can't imagine being in the US. See, that's a reaction video. And I can't make the reaction videos too long. I designed them to be short, entertaining, and I get straight to a point and then I cut, leave it there so we can discuss it further later or in the comment section below of the video. I didn't say all the things I needed to say on that video yesterday, so I'm going to say them now. So this brother is like, he flew in from the US. You know, Monday America work and thing and him papers straight and he's good. He have a little money financially. He feels like he can splurge a little bit, go get him a woman that is demanding financially or someone who is not demanding financially but can use your support. For you guys and girls in the US or any other so-called first world country that you getting your money and the exchange rate is crazy back in the Caribbean, I want y'all to get to the days where you stop. I want you to get to the days where you stop thinking after you run foreign red, you're going to go home and impress some impoverished pretty girl with a few dollars and then have her under lock and key or have him under lock and key. And they must do your bid because you have money and you come from foreign and you represent the possibility where you can fly them out. We can get your visa and we can carry go foreign, you know. We can marry you and get your paper straight, you know, and all these things. These are the things, because somebody asked me, SouFlo, why? Why would a man let a lady talk to him like that and stay there and take it? And I said, you know, this goes two ways. Let's go deep into it. Some of these people believe that they can actually go use people. And because they're in the Caribbean, you're like easily discarded. So I'm spending little money. And when I fly in, you must do as I say, you know, lick this, touch that, kiss that. Let's go here, eat there, all kind of something like that. Wake up, make my breakfast, wash my clothes, treat me like a king while I'm here. All the while entertaining the possibility of one day me I go foreign, you know. Because I'm going to straighten out my papers and everything. That could be karma. That could be his karma for being one of those people. Just like the lady who her younger husband, that she went to Jamaica. She gone to Jamaica for a wedding. At that wedding, you meet somebody you want to marry, just so. Couple weeks after meeting this person, you already married this person, doing their paperwork to get them to the States and all this. You said the guy ended up almost beheading her, right? Kill her in front of our children. The children are screaming. He's telling the kids them, shut up. It's like you never see a dead body before. That's what the neighbors said they heard. His complaint was the same thing. When I was living in Jamaica, everything was fine with me and her. She was respectful, loving, everything. When she carry me come a foreign, she do stuff like take my travel papers and hide them. She's filing for my paperwork, so I don't know if it's coming or going. She holds that against my head. Everything I do, me call immigration upon you and tell them, so he's always under threat. He's younger, he's 20-something, and she's almost 50. If him want go have a little fun with him, bridging them is a big deal. He's getting thrown out the house and all that, him under pressure. So he was saying like, I've come too far now to turn back, but you should have left me where you found me and not bring me here and do me like this and treat me like this. It's do as I say or I'm sleeping outside. It's do as I say or you call immigration and tell them, say I tried to hit you or this and that. So he said he got tired of all that. And one day he just had a break. And that break ended up resulting in her head almost being removed from her body completely in front of her children. She's no longer here. He's in a prison in the US. I'm still following that case closely because I want to know. They've already put the death penalty on the table for him, so I want to follow it up for my audience who's been following it. I say that to say this. Stop using these people because they have a plan as well. And people usually know when you use them. And nobody is a fool. Nobody is thinking, oh, you're off in the US waiting on me. You're being celibate and faithful. People think otherwise, you know what I'm saying? So they're not going to be loyal. It's like you're not loyal to somebody that you think is not loyal to you. That's common, normal human nature. I'm not going to be loyal to someone who I think or suspect is not being loyal to me. So you can expect some cheating for going on both sides. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't couples who make that work. But what the way how the woman cussed him in the video, and the part where she said, you fly down from America, come engage me, put on ring, me still know on you. She gave him the nookie, the cookie, get house out of it and everything else. And he's saying, I'm putting the house on the market and fly go back a foreign. And she's like, you can fly go back a foreign, but you can't touch my house. You can't touch my house. The man start talking. She said, you can't touch my house and you can't touch nothing in it. But then when she reaching at the part where she start call out who she been giving the cookie to, and your mad call me so and so from down there so, and that a bun you. Yes, me Kim. I'm in on top Kim. And I see the man sitting there like, I'm thinking, oh my God, scrape up your face off the floor. This is called don't let her talk to you like this. Scrape up your face off the floor, put it back on, take your time, and exit. I commend him for not chop her up in the kitchen there or in the house. I don't know which part of the house them did that. I look like the living room. I commend him for not doing anything to her, but may I tell you that the average man couldn't take this. I don't know if I could take it, and I'm a rational person. Me would at least want to give her one, just one. And then that part of me would say it's wrong. It's a woman, you can't in here a beat her up. But then, of course, that devil on my shoulder would have been like, just one, SouFlo, just one. So I can't even say if I would, I can't imagine like pick up myself, relocate on behalf of somebody, or I fly in and fly out at their, you know, as much as I can afford, because I want to go see them. And boy, in the neighborhood, I rev that out like race car, and then I'm, and then this is where all my money is going. This is, yeah, babes, you know, so when I come in, you know, things are nice, so I'm soon come on, I get a break from work. We just apply for leave still, a 2-week leave. So I'm going to be in Jamaica for 2 weeks. So we're going to have some fun, you know. Go down on the north coast, take her out to the garrison. Go down on the north coast there. Go have some fun in one of them. And then you get there, and another farmer has been plowing the fields and planting seeds. And you are told to your face, me no want you. Me no want you. I felt so embarrassed for this brother, yo. I thought, God, where's your self-respect? Where's your self-respect? Where's your pride? So you see, one time, Crystal, Beanie Man X now, Kristen Tomlinson, when Crystal said, listen, we're no longer together, and it's all good. Nobody is mad at each other. This is not no animosity involved. And I'm glad we did it at a time where respect was still there. And I thought this is a big lesson. I know people are saying, she's no different from the other baby mother them. You know, you get with a man who already had multiple kids by multiple women. You joined the line. As prestigious as you might be, you joined the line and you became another baby mother. And all these things, blah, blah, blah. But she said she wasn't worried about the baby mother title. See, she's accomplished in her own right. And It's a joy for a woman to bring children or a child into the world and so on and so forth. But leave while the respect is still there. I don't care if the relationship was 1 week old. The first time you hear, because when you get talked to like that, like in that video, that's not the first time. It's just like when a man hit a woman, it's not the first time. She might lie and say, and that's her victim covering up for her abuser, and say, oh, I was so shocked because after 2 years of being with him just thumped me in my eye, so my eye just swell up big. So you saw it coming before him thump you in your eye. There was a point where he grabbed you and yanked you back, and you thought, oh shit, like, what? Did he really just do that? Fix up my clothes, what to you? But you brushed it off, right? There was another time when did I squeeze your throat, and it wasn't because y'all was doing, and you was like, choke me. You know, someone like get choked out of something. Choke me harder, choke me harder. It wasn't one of those. I choked him because he was upset. It started out little and it went more and more and more. It went from pushing, shoving, barking, shouting, calling names, and all that, grab and all that, to full on fist in the face, or worse, chop up, stab up, all these things happen. So it starts from there. When you see that extra aggression for the bumps on the lump, brothers, or the lumps on the bump, brother, whichever one you want to call it, tree lump, tree stump, bumps on a stump, for the bumps on the stump, brothers, tongue tied out there, take care of yourself, brother, because that is going to not only, and some of you know, the ego is so fragile, and it speaks louder to you than everything else. I don't know one man whose ego wouldn't kick in and say, yo, man, mash up a girl, you know. Or, you know what, I'm not a woman beater, but you have to take a thump at door. So one thump in her face and I'm gone. But in the process, someone is going to be hurt. So to avoid all that, the first time, just like I tell women, the first time him grab you up the wrong way, and you didn't ask to be grabbed up like that, the first time you get choked, and it wasn't you, and it wasn't you saying, choke me, baby, choke me harder, choke me up. The first time you said that, or he did that, it should have been the last day you had with that person, day or night. Let me clarify, because someone will think, okay, but we can still see my night, right? No, day or night. It's the first time it happened, like, because that's a warning of greater things to come. See, it's the same way. When you hear that first, your own woman, I tell you, fuck your mother. You're like, my mom. The first time you hear you get called out your name and all this other stuff, that's if you're a decent man, though. That's if you're a decent man and this is not your MO. We talked about this before. Some people draw you out. Like, this is really not a part of you. You don't really live like this. If you ask other people who've been with this person, in a relationship with this person, been around this person them whole life, they can tell you, even those who have been intimate behind closed doors, they can tell you that's not of his character. Yeah, but a one mad girl, I stress him out though, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. What did she do to you? You know coochie is everywhere, right? You know you can get another one, right? And there's a part in there where she said, I might something I'm geek with to anybody me want geek with to. And yes, we understand that. We understand. Well, sensible men understand that. You don't own her. You don't own that part of her. Well, one brethren said, and this is no disrespect, I said this before, and a lot of women took disrespect to it. It's your turn. It's your turn, brother. So when your turn is up, you exit. See, it's your turn. Some people get a long turn. Some people get a short turn. But when your turn is up Exit. Well, I think we broke it down to something like there's a child in a schoolyard and he's playing with the toy. The toy is not his, it belongs to the school, right? She's not yours, she belongs to God. The toy belongs to the school, okay? But this youth will get the toy first today. So he's going, little Roy is going to play with this toy today first. But little Roy must learn how to share. See it? So little Roy likes the toy so much though that he keeps the toy longer than everybody else because he just infatuated with this toy, just like the toy. He likes the sensation, the vibes with the toy. Game. See it? All right. Little Johnny wants to play with the same toy though. Little Johnny been saying, teacher, Roy won't let me hold the toy. And teacher has been keeping an eye on Roy because Roy has a sharing issue. Most men have a sharing issue when it comes to their personal woman. You see it? So, little Roy is still holding on to the toy. So the teacher gave little Roy an extended time. God give you an extended time with her, right? So you've been holding on for a few years now. You feel like everything good. This is mine. I own this now. No, the toy still belongs to the school. She still belongs to God, not to you. All right? And she has free will just like you do. So when the teacher said, no, Roy, you've had enough time. Give the toy to little Johnny or Kimberly, whoever wants to play with the toy. Roy has a problem now. Instead of giving the toy, Roy said, nobody else can get the toy here. Broke it up, pop up the toy, and dash it away. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You get a time. And if your time extend, then so be it. If your time don't extend, know when to cut. You see me? Enough man don't know when to cut. And I don't know if it's because she do some things that no other woman has ever done to him before, because you hear what the woman said in the video, right? She said, yes, me a war. Pardon me, church people, I couldn't ears. She said, yes, me a war. Me give warning, and I said, church people, I couldn't ears. I said, yes, me a war. Me lick out your body. I said, wow. She said, me lick out your body. Me suck off your hood. Me I'll suck your two of them. And so what? Wow. When it reached that, so you see, she's letting you know, exit. I don't want nothing to do with you. Of course, if you keep throwing money, I'm going to keep taking money. You know, so me get house out of you already. Eh? Keep on throwing the money. A long time I tell us that me no want you, boy. Dirty boy. Me no want you. Don't do it, fellas. Don't do it. I don't know. Obviously, she had done some things. This is no guessing. Obviously, she's doing some things that he likes so much. Because sometimes people emotions and mind and soul get connected to the grind. You know, I'm not talking about as get up 9 to 5, go to work, grinding. I talk about the other grind there. Because a person that do some things where ain't never been done by nobody else before. And maybe this is something you've always wanted done. So it does in your fantasy like that, and boom, it drop in your lap. Literally, literally drop in your lap. And you're like, oh my God, I can't let go of this person, all these kind of things. So even when the person kick you like dog, no, dirty dog, move away from around yourself, you tuck your tail and then you come right back to the person who just kicked you and told you to go away. That's what I saw in that video. That brother never said a word. Him just sit down there look embarrassed. Him take yes, me lick out your yeah, keep by your mouth. Yeah. And she a video, you know, she's videoing and she's releasing this video to public space. So the part where you think she's gonna be shy and don't want nobody to know that she swipe around there so and do this and all gone toe the toes and everything. She don't have no shame and she don't care. Her goal was to embarrass the daylight out of you, to let everybody see that she don't want you. Let me end this by saying this. Because we have a next thing to talk about. All right. So let me end this by saying this. You know, said Amanda, right? After he leaves. That same Monday, after 2-3 days, that thing could be so addicting. Because you know you have people that are addicted to sex. So that thing could be so addicting. He will be on his phone late night. What's up? What are you up to? Late night, you know. What are you doing? She think, try eat that boy. Look here, someone. That on my phone again. You see video I put out the other day? You see him sit down there like big idiot. Watch him. But what are you doing? It's 12 o'clock, sir. I'm sleeping. That's what people do at 12 o'clock at night. This boy text me later. You hear what? Watch this. I'm making him run some money here. I'm trying to give you an insight into how them operate. So someone is on here right now. I get tech for fool. I'm walking you through it to save you. Because you might not have the self-control that that brother had sitting in that room right there, and then we might have to go read about you for front page news. So this is exactly how them doing. Girl, you know, so the bills due, and I don't have a cent. About to, you know, I'm paying all right. Yeah, I tell you, watch this. Me not even have to give nothing no more, watch this. Text back. Nothing, I'm just here chilling, can't sleep. Reel him right back in. And he suddenly forgets about when she said me did that so and so from down there so, and I hit a bunyo and I make you and get hoe so tight. So what? Me a whore, me a big dirty whore. So what? I'm still not here. All that. It was so embarrassing. I was embarrassed. I was actually looking around like she'd have talked to me because how me embarrassed for him. Right? Him not care. All that will disappear for whatever it is that she does that him can't find nobody else to do. And that I go on. So watch a video. And but don't be that guy. Do you want to be that guy? Don't be that guy. All right? And there are too many of these types of guys out here that empowers these types of women to think that, girl, please. Those ass to the curb, get another one. They come a dime a dozen because of uno. Some people call them simp. Some people call them gal clone. No, that's the definition of a gal clone. That is the real definition of gal clone. You understand? If you ever wonder what gal clone is, that's it right there. Perfect example. And he'll be back, and she knows it. She knows it, and he knows it too. He's probably kicking himself right now. Jesus Christ, I can't keep myself away. From the big embarrassment this girl caused me. Look at I'm there, text her again. God almighty. Worse, she go send him 2 nice pictures in the night there. Bank account empty by morning. You know, so I have some bills when need pay them final notice, you know, and I like do by tomorrow. Me need help. Cause somebody what she use already, so she's not gonna be afraid to ask him. And nowadays, female don't. Nowadays, no good female them. They don't have a problem asking you to pay their bills on the first or second date. Okay. Some of them, even if they meet you online, they're already talking about if you can top up my credit for me and put something in on me, you know, send me a 50 now, send me a 100 now. To you, it might not be a lot. But to her, it's a lot. The exchange rate is different. And she'll reel you in starting with that 50. 50 turn 100. Before you know it, y'all get naked picture, you know, the cam to cam. The world has changed, people. And before you know it, you're sending your whole damn paycheck go Jamaica. And you're wondering why. Because you want to reach down there now, figure get some of this cookie that you've been seeing all this time. And here you are on a flight like a big idiot. And next thing you go, and you're just spending and spending and the whole of your life savings gone, right? And a girl treating you like this. Go back America, me no want you. Hi, man. Have some shame, man. Do something better with your life. You get a chance to fly out. Me not care what nobody wants to say. Even those who say, me not left my place and all that, tell them right now, say, visa approved. You can fly tomorrow morning, pack a bag. Them not even a pack nothing, them just ready to go. Okay, if it's not for running away from what's going on, it's definitely just to go see someplace new, experience new things, whatever. Everybody want to fly out at some point. So you're a marked man. Don't be an idiot. Don't be that guy. All right, don't be that guy. And remember, male and female, once the respect is gone, you need to leave with it. And at the first sight of abuse, take for yourself, full speed ahead, and don't look back. Don't look back. We're going to talk about something else right now, and this one is going to bring us to the closing of the show. All right. So Natasha says, "I don't have them skills there. Mouth can't form for ask man for things. No sir. Me not come up so. Them young woman here. Matter of fact, it is now a prerequisite. It is now a requirement. Cause girl, I said, me I give you my good something now. Me don't need soap to wash it. Me don't need but it depends on the kind of female that you're dealing with, right? She might not speak like that, like she come from down the town. She might not speak like that, but she holds the same chain of thought. I ain't giving this to nobody for free, or I'm not sleeping with anybody for free. Any man that comes here, he has to be able to pay my bills. He has to be able to this, that, and the other, and he has to at least help me to make my car payments on a monthly basis. He has to be able to this and that. Now, in all fairness, let me say this. I'm not draw me out enough because I want to switch the topic now to something serious before we end. But check this out. I can't really fault her. I can't really fault her. I am no daddy of two girls. And I don't want to think about my daughters a little, okay? And I don't want to think about my daughters being grown enough out there. I take man. But that's life. That's life. It happens. And you just have to swallow and why should I swallow that? But you just have to go through. You just have to go through and deal with it and know, say, yeah, your daughter is grown now. And if you never raise her right, a man might out there spin her like gig and take her like yam head, fool, either. Or she out there bossing up. Me can't look at my daughter and tell her, say, yes, babe, go sleep with man for free. I'm not telling her to be a prostitute and sell herself. But do we ever think we will say to our children, I want you to meet somebody who is non-ambitious and broke as hell, or is full of just bare talk, putting no actions behind getting forward in life. This is who I want you to meet, somebody like that. I want him breed you up. So you can have children that are born into poverty and me have to come help you take care of you and the picnic them and this workless boy where you pick up. Nobody says that to their daughters. So when the woman them say, yeah, man, I have to pay for you in my life, I think at the end of the day, it costs all of us. Those who are married and those who are out there still playing. It costs the whole of you. You have to pay one way or another. A decent woman requires maintenance. And that's how I think. A decent woman requires maintenance. You don't want your woman walking around looking all. She's a representation of you. So when you step out and you're supposed to step out and block traffic together. And that's my take on things. See, I don't want you living a high life as my daughter or some like a side thing where you're a freak and she do the things them and you flip her a $50 every now and then and $100. No, I want she broke your pocket. I want her to broke your pocket. You either gonna boss up, respect her enough to keep her in your life as foundation and teach her. I'm gonna teach her from a daddy perspective, say, fling out yourself, so yeah. And when the opportunity arises, you're looking for foundation, stability to build from. That kind of stuff. Because enough young girl out there who say this, look how she whoring, she sell herself. And man can say, yeah man, I pay her 500 bills and do the thing and so she stay. And she'll tell you to your face, I that me do, me sell crutches, so what? The females that are actually pointing her out as whoring, prostitute, whatever, if you look at their track record, because they're not going to tell you, they always been with only 5 guys. It's all on one hand, always. They're not going to tell you. And matter of fact, it don't even full up the hand. You're number 4 or you're number 3. The first one was when I was really young. I lost my virginity too, and that was one time, never do it again. The second one, him do it just 2 times, that's it. So I've been saving myself for you, basically. So yeah, I'm on my 4th hour. So they're not gonna really tell you. You see me? But if you look at those females, right, and check them track record, they're doing worse. They're doing worse. At least she can say, at least she can. We're going off course, SouFlo, where the train has derailed. We are off course now, officially. So you look at their track record and you're like, okay, truthfully, she's been with about 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. You've been with 12 guys. None of them thought you worthy enough to wife, or you didn't see a husband in any of them. No, they weren't like, they never spent on you. No, I don't want a man spend on me, because that's not why I do it. I do it because I'm into the person. But you're broke now, and him gone with a piece of you, and he left a piece of him in a you. So, literally, if we should get into the whole soul ties conversation and all that, he literally left a piece of him in a you, and him gone with a piece of you. You see me? For free, my girl. And you over here still struggling. I'm going to check the record, and it's been more than 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're pushing up numbers. But at least that girl, the bills paid. You never hear she complain about bills yet, right? No, because whichever man step in her life knows that she's worthy. It's not that she have to put it on a poster board and sell it to him. It's not that she have to have a walk-in sign that says, you are required to spend heavily or you must exit. If she is worthy and she pick up decent man who understands that decent woman need maintenance. You can't come drive the car, you don't want to put in gas, you don't want to change tire. When the tire them wear down, you don't want to get a full tune up. You can't take this car on long road trips and the car just fall apart. So no, the car need maintenance. So same thing for the woman. You can't just come and ride. So what? She need maintenance. She want comfortable too. And the more comfortable she is the better the ride will be for you. Speaking of a car, that is. So yeah, why? I saw the thing guy here, man. That's how we go. Me not tell my daughter them to go run down no broke man. I'm sorry. I was broke at one time, and I worked my ass off to make sure I wasn't broke anymore. And I know that ambition is real, and I know that you can get it if you really try. Yeah, you can get it if you really try. So I want to fit there with somebody who is really trying and really getting it. That way I can look back and say, or I can sit back as I age and say, yeah, I know my daughter good. I know my grandkids are going to be good. I talk to the man all the time and come over with chilling. He have to meet me now. No man can't date none of my daughter them without meeting me face to face, I'm in a hold back nothing when me talk. So it's going to be one of those kind of relationships. Jesus Christ, I'm going to meet our father. I'm mad smarty that. Oh boy, here we go. But we're going to have those real conversations though. Yeah? And maintenance is a part of it. It is. Straight up. So anyway, with that being said, you see how they draw me out? With that being said, we're going to move on. All right? So no, this discussion is necessary. Yeah, may I tell you, I always say that cover summers, very necessary. It's the uncomfortable things that enough people don't really want to talk about. You understand? It is. Y'all give our heart, soul, mind, and every hole, and man just get up and roll over and happy and gone. So, and you that they are worried about. Damn, light bill is final notice, man. The gas cylinder them run the empty. fridge empty, and you cook dinner for him last night and prepared a nice, comfortable place for him to lay his head and enjoy himself and kick up him big foot them and don't clown yourself out. And them that we call gal clown, not gal clown, the other one a gal clown, and them that we call yam head, and we call them man clown, because that is the true definition of man clown and yam head right there. I'm not saying girl be money motivated and go out there purposely looking for a man who have money and run down money man and run down things. That's why I don't worship material things, but as a father, I make sure so me put it in my kids them life, around them. So when a boy starts step to my daughter them, him can't be like, oh girl, come over to the house, we having a pool party. And she like, daddy, I'm going to so-and-so. No, you not. We have a pool here. Have your girls come over here. Me can see uno, so me can see say a beer picnic, y'all picnic there. And uno can do the selfies and live, go live. The guys can attend on live. But hey guys, can you know teenage girls stay already? Hey guys, we out here at the pool. My dad's over there on the barbecue grill. You see him though, right? And I'm in the back like this. Yeah. Me, I put it in a for them life. So I'm not saying tell your daughters about go look man with money. Because you will actually send her into prostitution. And believe me, there's a lot of people out here with things. Enough people out there with things. So don't teach your daughters to be no things person. Because she will get done out and rev out for things. Things that don't mean nothing to nobody. Because them can easily replace that. But she can't easily replace our reputation. She can't easily back up our mileage and these kind of things. Yeah? She can easily fix her psychological effort that's going to take place in her. Because no woman is able to do that. Jump from man to man for things, and then psychologically she's not affected. You see what I'm saying? So put it in her life so she understands and make her see. Yo, you see how I had to stay up for 2 days? That's what I got to do. See when that check come in? See how that check feels good? Okay, but you see what I had to do to get it though, right? So when you want a man and you're ready to go get man, you want to take a man who have this kind of ambition, him no lazy body, him can sacrifice some sleep and get some things done. You see? So she gave full, so she go gave fully. What? No, you cannot do that in this day and age. Jamaica man too crazy SouFlo. And what you talk about? My father took care of my mother and advised his daughters there should be a protector and provider. Exactly. One of my subscribers said yesterday, people don't do what they hear others say, they do what they see others do. And she was referring to my grandfather being in my life as the male, the stable male, who showed me that in order to take care of my children, they must always look good. They must always have the things they need. They must not be dying from wants and needs, right? Want and need are two different things, you know. Want is what extra stuff you just frivolously want. Need is necessities. So if you have your children out there dying from necessities, the lack of necessities, then you're failing. My grandfather instilled that in me by showing it to me, him doing it throughout my life. So that man figure showed me that. So I'm going to show that to my children as well. So when we talk about get money, and me not talk about run down man and their money. I'm talking about she's going to be working on herself too. And God spare my life, make me live long enough. I will be there to help her to be all that she can be. That, you know, there's some women out there that men are actually intimidated to step to. You know, some women that you look at and you're like, she way out of my league. I'm not even gonna look over this twice. That kind of stuff. I some want them heighty, tighty, high and bossy. But it's not really bossy. It's ambitious. It is valuing yourself to such a high regard that you won't even land among the type that you are struggling, you have to beg him or something to help you pay for this and that. We not going there. We not going there. True, true. So somebody said, oh, Cover Summer says we have to set better examples for the youths. Them. I don't know where that gay talk that did come from earlier, but this is how people shoot down solutions or something. Not saying that you did that. I'm just saying, for instance, my daughter ain't going nowhere as far as, oh, we're having a pool party, come on over. No, I have a pool at my house. You come over here. That way I can meet everybody. Matter of fact, I'm doing what my mom did. Me, I talk to everybody, parents. That way we have a rapport. We have an understanding through the parents. Our children hang out together, their friends, so and so. That way we can link you. Hey, did Nika say, is Nika over there? Yes. Okay, the parent can verify it. Cause you know when teenagers start take off, you know. Hey dad, we're going to the movies and they're in another city. That kind of stuff. So parents need to get in them kind of thing. But we'll talk about that for the next video. The whole notion though of, oh, your daughter and you're gonna be so strict that, and because she only have girls around her, she might even go gay. And if she want to go gay, she go gay. Okay. Trust me when I tell you that you safeguarding your daughter is not going to make her go gay. Okay? It's not going to make her go gay. All you're doing is you're holding off the inevitable. And you're holding it off long enough for her to come to senses and get herself situated in life. That's it. That's every parent's biggest dream. Especially if they have a daughter, is that your daughter don't jump out there too early. You know, so she's gonna breed one day, or you hope, right? You want grandkids and all that. That's just how the cycle of life goes. It's nothing derogatory. But you don't want her doing it at 16 when she's still under your roof and she don't have a pot to piss in our window to throw it through. Now you're gonna have to go take care of her, which you've been doing because you're a parent, and child that she's bringing into the house, and probably deal with some crazy baby daddy or some other kind of issue. Like, you don't want to see that for your children. So anyhow, the moral of the story and the start of the story, I said, decent woman need maintenance. I'll close this segment off officially now so I can get to the other segment by saying it like this. Play in your price range, bro. That's what I'm gonna say. Play in your price range. That's all. Nobody tell oh, I'm gold digger. Actually, some things come with different prices. That's it. If I walk into Walmart and the thing says $75 and I got $65, I'm gonna go look for something that costs $65. Me now I'm gonna go take up Walmart $75 things and I tell them about $60 this worth enough. No, you're gonna play in your price range. You buy where you can afford to shop. That kind of stuff. So something might be a bit too expensive for you, out of your league. Point blank. You like it, you don't, but a reality, me I tell you. All right? Big things happening, people, big things happening. Watch this. Yeah, play with it. When the Omega Brown says, yeah, the man thing, ugly, me I tell you, play within your price range. Shop where you can afford to shop, okay? That's all that is. Some of we can afford scuminars. Some of we can afford good, decent woman who brings something to the table. So she not accepting you not bringing nothing. She don't want no moocher. She wants somebody who's gonna uplift her and bring something to the table too. So some of we not ready for playing at that league yet. So we have to go deal with what we're dealing with, what we can afford until we can afford to step up. I just saw it go. I lied. Big things going on. A story broke in Jamaica yesterday, day before yesterday, the headline. And I didn't want to cover the story because I wanted to see more of what happened. So first thing I saw, first headline said, 6 homeless people killed. 6 homeless people killed. And I thought, oh, damn. Oh, 6 people got shot up at a party right after that, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Jamaica run away. I'm in place, but it's running away. 6 homeless people killed was the first headline. When I went to go search for more of the story changed. So I said, why would Star post 6 people killed, homeless people killed as headline and then say something else after? Okay, as it turns out, 6 homeless people were sleeping. Let me drag the story for you because this is going where you might not think. I'm about to go outside the box. 6 homeless people killed, chopped to death, all from head wounds. As I found out, 6 people were chopped up while they were sleeping. Homeless people sleeping outside. 4 have died so far. The other 2 are in grave critical condition and they might go as well. First thing I thought to myself when I saw that, I said, this has something to do with a deportee, or this has something to do, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want the sensitive people. So Flo, why you talk about deportee and all that? I can't stress enough that majority of our deportees are actually people who just overstayed their visa because they were trying to work out some papers and stay in a somebody country for too long where they thought there was opportunities they could help their family and themselves with. That's it. But there's a portion of them, and you must understand that Jamaica has a huge deportee population. Huge. I said, this is somebody that has a deep level of anger and resentment and hate, bottled up, built up hate. This person been through some things. And this person has done some vicious things before. So my mind just went to deportee. I said, let me see what the story is going to say, how it's going to develop, what more information is going to come out. And I kid you not, I get up this morning and this was the headline. You see it? That was the headline. I said, wow. SouFlo, you're in tune more than you think you are, aren't you? I said, wow. Could you imagine though? I just saw that when I first saw the headline, I visualized the rage it would take to actually do this. So you have to go get on my shit now, right? And you gotta make up your mind to swing. Mine already made up. I just don't care about nothing. Just chop, 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 chop. Sleeping people, and just chop, chop, and all head chops, head and shoulder chops, just chop, chop, chop. All right. The story, though, they're saying is 2 different groups. 4 happened one place and 2 got it another distance further down, but they don't think they are related. I said, what a joke. Either this person was not doing this by themselves. Cause me, I don't know, me sleep light. And worse if I was sleeping outside. So the first person you chop, if it wasn't me, I mean hear king when that blade hit, or I hear I'm getting up running. I'm running, sleeping, running till me wake up, run. So I don't know how they were able to, but they're homeless. They're probably, you know, when you're homeless, you do things, you know, shoot drugs that make you knock out. Can't wake up when you fall out. Overindulge, drink, drunk, spread out. And somebody just come on and just chop, chop, chop. Watch this. Something else came to my mind. I remember what came to my mind was gentrification. And I remember when they were going to bring the Olympics to Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I remember the documentaries that came out of Brazil. And Brazil has a large homeless population that were particularly in Rio de Janeiro concentrated on the area where they wanted to build this stadium to host the Olympics. And there were death squads that were organized. Law enforcement officials organized death squads to kill off the homeless people, the homeless youth them. And what they did was they did it through fear. And one of them came with his face covered up and he spoke and he said, yeah, sometimes we would carry big boulders in the back of the vehicle and sometimes we would go out and we'd just drop it on the head. Just drop it on one of them head, the little youth them that's sleeping out in the street. What that would do is, because it was such a gruesome manner, the head would just explode like a watermelon. And it would scare the rest of them from that area, so they would run away and go find somewhere else to sleep. In no time, they had that area cleared out and ready for a stadium to be built to host the Olympics. I said, somebody wants to gentrify that area. Come on, man, look at the area where it's at. And you have the Norman Manley International Airport not too far away, right? I've always said Kingston needs cleanup because it's the capital. And when people think Jamaica, it's funny that they go to Mobay or they go to Negril or these resort areas when the apple of the eye of the country should be your capital, right? Kingston, who no one gonna say Bob Marley Museum and this and that and go around a trench town and the legendary Bob Marley lived here, and it would be a huge tourist attraction. And fix up the place and pave the road them off nice and clean up all these damn homeless people out here. And it is said that Jamaica has a population of over 2,000 noted homeless people. More than 500 of those are concentrated in that one area that I just told you about right there, where the people them get chopped up while sleeping. I said, this is either gentrification and they're doing it under the guise of, oh, there's a crazy deportee out here that lost his mind and was chopping people up. Because we have to think outside the box, you know. Now, if they're able to bring forth all the proof, Prime Minister Andrew Holness took the stand and he spoke about it and he said they're following strong leads and they have strong evidence which leads them to this particular deportee that they have. I'm not doubting that. I'm going to ride along with that. Another thing I thought about was this. Distraction. I started searching my mind. I said, this is weird. This never happened in Jamaica before. Yeah, we have gunman, man shoot up, man, you know, all that crazy stuff that happened. Oh, man, I get killed, blah, blah. We have all those. But a group of homeless people sleeping, slaughtered in their sleep, this ain't never happened before. Here. One here, maybe. One there, maybe. But a group, all chopped up head wounds, never happened before. This is weird. The timing is weird. Here where the timing is weird for me now. What just happened recently? I started asking myself. Now, people, this is me thinking outside the box. You can call me conspiracy theorist or whatever. This is not me claiming to know exactly what happened, because some people run with it and turn your thing into foolishness. Anyhow, I said, what happened recently that they would be trying to distract us from or cover up and try to get us to divert our attention to away from that? Hello. The Mexican plane will land in the place the other day. The 3 occupants who eyewitnesses described as looking Hispanic, you know, the whole guns for drugs trade, and yeah, plane a fly in and drop off heavy load, and us out here saying, yo, they need to like secure our airspace and secure our waterways, and some people are in denial. That doesn't happen. Law enforcement is not involved, and nobody ain't doing nothing like that. And then the proof dropped right in front of them. Bam! What the hell is that Mexican plane doing here? And it's modified. It's a passenger plane modified with almost all seats removed. So we could be talking human trafficking, drugs, guns. Probably dropped their load already. was losing fuel, landed skillfully. This is someone that's highly trained to do this, and escaped. Eyewitnesses are now saying, or who allegedly eyewitnesses are now saying, SouFLo did that, not too far off. And shortly after them land that plane in the water, cause it never crashed, it land. I got one message yesterday. Shortly after they landed that plane in the water, it never land. A vehicle came and picked them up. A dark colored vehicle came. They ran right straight up into the vehicle. That's why them can't find them, and them gone about them business. People are asking a whole lot of questions. Well, how come the police them never cordon off the area yet? How come nobody hasn't gotten there yet? This is something where upper camp should have empty, because every soldier should have fly the gate and roll out and go surround this area. Nobody touch anything. Let's find out what's going on here. This, that, blah, blah. Hours and hours and hours, and come on now. This ain't like one time where something happened down at Clarendon and you in Kingston and you don't know till next week or week after next week. We live in this day and age. Okay? The device here lets you know right away what's happening where. So if them know, then they knew. The others knew. When I say the others, I'm talking about those who should have cordoned off the scene, who should have been house to house hunting, all these other things. They laid back and they relaxed. There's a lot of people that are suspicious about this. Cynthia Cater, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. We need a distraction. Our cover has been blown. Our cards are exposed. No, this don't look good. This don't look good. Because you know people are saying government officials are definitely involved in this. And if you think different, then you're slow as ever. So it's funny for me to see the Prime Minister not address the plane landing and the 3 occupants who alleged eyewitnesses described as being 3 light-skinned, straight-hair, Hispanic-looking male. And he didn't address that, but he addressed the homeless people being killed. Samia Sarah. Distraction, diversion. Who's that? Kayla C1. Shout out Kayla. Kayla C1 says it's all a part of the plan that the government has installed. I don't know enough. I don't know. Somebody sent me a video yesterday of my voice quivers when I talk about this, but somebody sent me a video yesterday where the plan was pretty much laid out by a Caucasian male with a very thick accent, sounds more British than anything. The plot to destabilize the continent of Africa and the reasons why, and to keep it that way. And I said, well, after watching it, I thought, this looks like that same strategy is being applied to the island of Jamaica. It looks like that same strategy is being applied to the island of Jamaica. I mean, it was textbook the same, you know? So I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know people's business. Can't say I have inside details. Somebody can't tell you say that. No, I'm just thinking out loud. This is me thinking out loud and making you think. Guyanese Doll, thank you. I appreciate you and thank you for being here. Guyanese Doll always a support and I appreciate that greatly. Anybody that always supports, I appreciate you greatly. Yeah, but I was thinking outside the box for a second. Okay, I'm not the type to just see headlines splash 6 killed while sleeping and think, oh my God, that's it. I'm looking for the connections to draw the dots. And usually this is how they operate. when something happens that blows up in their face and exposes them, they normally create a diversion. Damn, how are we going to get this out of media space? Everybody's talking about it. We don't want them to start talking about it too deeply and start doing their own investigation. So check it. What better diversion? What better diversion? Homeless people, they're discardable. I mean, your family might know where you at, might not know. More than likely, don't really care if they lose that family member or not, type of thing. Else you wouldn't be homeless. Somebody would have to sleep in the bathroom, if that would have, or somebody would have to sleep on a back, or or maybe they're vagrant out there, mental issues, have them yard but don't go there, kind of thing. But they're either way, they're seen as lower on the totem pole. And we could make that so vicious that they don't even remember about what we have going on over here. Everybody's attention is going to be over here now. Oh my God. And this plays on human emotions, right? Slaughtered while sleeping, defenseless, homeless. And you're going to be like, oh my God, look at this. While over here, it's, yes, they're not paying attention to us no more. Okay, now go ahead, get those 3 out, clean up this, fix up that, put that back here. So what were we talking about again? You see what I'm saying? So that's on me there with the thing. I'm in thought. I'm going to leave it here this morning. We're not going to go no further. But think about it. Think about it. Mr. Gentrification, or listen to the thing again. Hassel Daniel, thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly. But think about it. Red Road say, Mrs. Nia, shout out and thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Mrs. Nia says, you always on point, bro. You don't have to say it out loud, but you know what's going on. Bless up. And you know what, Mrs. Nia? The more you find out, I'm realizing it's the less you can say. Y'all connect those dots. The more you find out is the less you can say. So you'll find me either speaking in codes or not mentioning certain things. I'll lead you to it, and then I'll leave it for you to discover and for you to talk about it in the comment section, because some of you out there are on point, on point. I can't say everything. I will become a target. Plain and simple. So I don't venture into people's business. I keep my thing like this now. And I've learned to become that way. I keep it like this now. I pull in, lay it out, and we all look at it, sift through it. And if you're not seeing a certain angle, then I'll say, hey, all right, look on this from this angle. So you can go, oh, damn, right. All right, now go look into this some more, like that. And I'll leave it there. We live in a dangerous world, man. I don't want nobody come tell me about, nah, SouFLo afraid. Talk up things, man. If you know something and if people tell you something, people tell me stuff all the time because this is SouFLoTV and they're looking to use the platform to get stuff out there. I have to sift through what I put out there. And I have to remember also that protect the provider, children to raise, all that. I don't just throw myself out there at the mercy of any, just like that, carelessly, because the same people who you come out here and try to inform would be the same ones to turn around and be like, yeah, man, him should have keep him mouth shut, him did chat too much, and these kind of things. So, read between the lines. Watch that whole piece over again. I said something that most of you missed. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to leave it right here for today, people, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Shout out to each and every one of you. Shout out to people that donated a little something this morning. It goes a long way. All right? We do this because we enjoy it. We do this because we're passionate about it. But at the same time, carrying around on water or air. Anyhow, we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go out there today, spread a little love, keep positive. In all things, keep positive. Optimistic. Glass always half full. Don't look at it as half empty. It gets greater later. Somebody is going through this and needs to hear this. Right now, stop it. You're going to be okay. Okay? It gets greater later. Hang in there. It's dark right now, but it's going to be better. It gets greater later. Big up on yourself, man. And I'll catch you tomorrow morning if God spare my life. All right? Stay prayed up. Don't let nobody tell you nothing else. It works. I'm out. Peace.